Ooh, Johnny,
Nice
turn.
and easy, guys.
Turn. Oh, yeah, boy.
I love when they go all the way across the net, Rich. I got to tell you something.
That looks like it could be the pool fish.
Oh, my God.
Wow, nice fish. There we go.
That might be a little better.
Oh, that fish is screaming, Rick.
Wow.
You're watching Northeast Angling. We're proud to present inshore and offshore saltwater fishing. We cover every species from fluke and porgies to stripers, sharks, and tuna. You can learn more about techniques, tackle, and destinations at neangling.com. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Well, we're out here 2 days before Thanksgiving. Got a good friend, Captain John Marino, American Sport Fishing Charters, doing something we all love.
That's right, Andy. It's the end of the season here. Season's winding down. As you can see, there's very few boats out here. And what better way to fill in the rest of the season and get some tasty tog going in the boat.
Now, guys, we're fishing a wreck out here. We're in Long Island Sound. We're in about 65, 70 feet of water. And she's coming on the machine now. What we want to do is, we got the wind with the tide. So we got northeast wind, incoming tide. So we want to take that buoy, John, and we want to drop it a little bit ahead of the piece.
Right.
Because we know that wind and the tide's going to take it back.
That's right.
John?
The tide's going to bring this thing back.
She's coming on the machine now. It's a beautiful lump. I got life on this. This is not a rock pile.
Say the word, buddy.
This is a wreck. So I'm going to go over the top of this. Look at this hump. I got life on this piece, too, which is what you love to see.
If anybody wants to know, we're right here. We're sitting right off of beautiful Stamford, Connecticut, right behind us.
All right, so now I'm coming off the edge of this piece now, over the top of it. John, I would drop that right now.
Alley-oop.
All right, now the other thing we want to do, John, you know this as well as I do, real important, is once that buoy hits, we want to come back around and we're going to run over that buoy maybe 1 or 2 more times.
Yeah, I want to check the position on that buoy. Make sure that it's
100%.
over the wreck where we want it.
This looks really good, guys.
And then we're going to go into our routine of double anchoring. We're going to drop 2 anchors off the bow so we can really adjust and fine tune on this piece.
All right, I'm going to come
Let's
back
do it.
around. John, you know, we dropped that buoy now and we know it's on the wreck, but before we drop both these anchors, we're going to double check. So we're going to take this boat, we're going to drop it right in front of this buoy to make sure the piece is there.
That's right, Rich. You know, blackfishing's all about position. We got to get on this piece exactly right in order to catch the fish today.
And if we get our anchors in the right place, it's going to make adjusting a lot easier. It's tough. If your anchors are just off and you're not quite sure of the piece, you've got to work way too hard against your anchors to get the boat on the most productive part.
All right, now we're coming up to the buoy now, and oh, here it comes, Andy.
I'm
John,
going
you
to
move
get
up
this
to the
anchor
bow.
ready.
Yeah.
Let's get on this anchor.
We're right on this, guys. Got life too, man. All right, now we just came over this piece. John, we're going to drop the port anchor first. And let me tell you something, that's a heck of an anchor.
Well, you know, Rich, this anchor here is a newly designed anchor. It's supposed to hold very good in the mud that we're going to be anchoring on here ahead of this piece. You know, we're not anchoring right on the piece today, on the wreck itself, so we need to have something that's going to hold us steady.
You know, we got to get this anchor. We got to get far enough. How far past the piece are we now, Reg?
Probably about 30, 40 yards.
Okay. You give us the word here.
And I'm going to say right about there, John.
You ready to go with this?
Yeah.
Andy, you got the chain?
And now what we're going to do is, we're going to dig this port anchor in first. And what we're going to do is, once we set it, we're going to run up and we're going to run the starboard anchor. Now, John, that line's going to get pretty close to the engine. So what we're going to do is try to keep that line on the cleat when we're running so it don't come to the back of the boat.
And I'll tell you, when you're all by yourself, this is not an easy job.
Not at
No,
all.
definitely not.
And you got to have a lot of patience. You really got to be comfortable with what you're doing.
Right here, we're in about, what, 60, 70 feet of water?
64.
So we're going to have to scope this out quite a bit in order to get a bite. Let me get this out around my leg.
Now, I'm going to wait for you to get a bite before we run that second anchor out.
You know, and in fact, you really got to have somebody
With this anchor here, though, you're going to have to put that motor in reverse to get it to grab.
I'm coming back now, so if you want to wrap it, we'll get a bite on it.
Give a little goose.
I'm going. Do you feel like she dug in?
There you go.
Oh, she's in.
She's in there now, Rich.
You got a bite on that, John?
There you go.
All right. Now we're going to run
One of the other
around.
things you want to do is when you drop an anchor down a lot of times, as soon as it hits the bottom, you want to give it a couple of tugs so it doesn't have a big meatball of chain all around
Exactly.
the flukes. 'Cause all you got to do is wrap that anchor in a little bit of chain, and it's not going to set.
And we got quite a bit of chain here. We got about 20 feet of chain on this anchor.
Right.
So it's very easy to foul an anchor with chain going down.
Right.
If it all goes down in one shot.
And the chain is critical because you need the weight of the chain to help get your anchor in, especially sometimes when you got a short scope it.
Now, John, what angle you have on that line? She's heading which
Right
direction?
here now, we're looking about here, Rich.
Which is going to be perfect because
Okay.
now we're going to set that starboard anchor. So, John, put a wrap on that cleat. Let that line go out.
I'm going to leave it here like this.
That'll
here.
be fine. Just
All
make
right.
sure it doesn't go in the engine, which I'm going to watch also.
Okay.
Now, Andy, you're going to grab that port anchor, and we're going to go run that up now.
Actually, Andy.
And by the way, even though this is a 28-foot boat, what do we got for weight on that big anchor, John?
That's 25-pound anchor.
Right. And then we're using the
Grab-
number 12 down.
grab the end of that,
Andy.
Andy.
Second.
All right, now this is right about where we want that starboard anchor. So, Andy, why don't you drop that one in? Now, John, what I'm going to need you to do, if it's okay, is I'm going to need you to pick up on that port anchor now while Andy's dropping down to starboard. And I'm going to put this in reverse, and we're going to see if we can get a bite on that starboard anchor there. So, Andy, pay that out.
Chain.
You have plenty of scope. We got all the time in the world here. Now, John, you're taking up, right?
Well, this one, he's got plenty of line. He got 600 feet in that box.
Okay.
Right, we got 300 on the other, so it should be more than enough.
I'm just coming back in neutral now. So now, Andy, let me know when you get a bite.
You have to let that fly.
Give that plenty of scope.
Yeah.
We got scope on that?
Yep.
All right. Now, as soon as that anchor bites, what we're going to do is put a wrap on the cleat, and John, I'm going to go back to get line on your anchor.
Okay.
We in, Andy?
Yeah, we're in now.
Okay. So now what I'm going to do is come hard over left on the wheel, and Johnny, pick up, Andy, let out.
All right, here we go.
Take it the other way in. That's it.
Obviously, my job is to watch this anchor and make sure the boat doesn't run over it.
Now, it's clear of that engine, right, Andy?
Yep, we're still good.
All right, keep going, John. Now, I want to line this up to where our buoy is, and then what I want to do is I want to bring the boat up to the right, and we're going to come back on both of those lines. Now, what this does, Andy, like you said, it makes us, enabled us to make perfect
That's good, Rich.
adjustments on this piece once we get set.
Right.
So now we're actually going to let back on both of these lines, and I'm going to reverse right back to this piece.
Visit the Northeast Angling website at neangling.com for nationwide saltwater charter directory, fishing news, and free fishing reports. You can also find dozens of techniques, tips, and tackle for every saltwater species. Now let's get back to the action.
Well, you know, John, we just set up here now. Took us a while to get the anchors going with the two ankles, riling them out. But you know what? Like, you got a bite there, Andy?
Nah, I missed him.
But, you know, it makes all the difference. Now we're sitting right on top of this piece. The way the anchors are set, we could shift from side to side and see what goes on. Oh, there's a wrap. I'm in. There we go. First
You
fish.
see life on the bottom.
First fish. First fish. Doesn't feel very big. This thing hit like a ton of bricks, though. You know that, John?
Hit it, Rich?
Yeah, he hit hard. Not bad.
It's amazing.
There's a dog.
That's a respectable
I'll take
fish.
that
That's
one.
not too bad.
I got one playing with me here.
You know, Rich, back to the anchor thing. It's worth its weight in gold if you get on a piece the right way. You know?
That's about a what? 15, 16-inch fish?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Was a 15 or 16 inch fish.
The great thing about it is how tough these fish actually are. But we're gonna well this fish, we're gonna let him go.
That's your call, Rich.
Put them in a well.
All right,
I like eating
we'll
that
take some dinner. Obviously, first one, keeper, just in case we do have a bad day, we're gonna need something to eat tonight,
I
right?
guess we both owe him a buck, Andy.
Oh, there you go, Andy. Andy's in.
But I got a line too. You know, these wrecks have these dead lines on them. Oh, I got it off.
Get it out?
Yeah. Just steady pressure. I'll tell you what, it's a nice fish.
You gonna go in there, Andy?
Guys, I may need a net for this.
All right.
Help him out, Rich.
I'll get him.
Now-
Lift him or lose him, Andy.
You know
Come
what,
on.
this fish?
Don't be a chicken.
It's a pretty decent
Lift
fish.
him or lose
I
him.
got him. I'm here.
Bring it, baby, right over here.
That is a nice fish. There we go.
Beauty. That's what we came here for.
Okay, that's a nice tog right there. That is a real nice tog. You know, John, what's a lot different, like we fish a lot of rock piles. Now, you know, again, a couple days before Thanksgiving, we're out here 70, 65 feet of water. You know, fishing wrecks are a lot different than fishing these rock piles. What do you think?
Yeah, you got to pinpoint. You got to pinpoint the boat, or you're not going to catch.
I know
You
one
rock-
thing, though. The guys from Connecticut don't seem to have any interest in doing that because there is no one out here right now.
Well, that's one of the beautiful things about this time of year. Got a fish hitting here. Wait a second here now, guys.
Rich, you got the pliers over there?
Yeah. There you go, Johnny.
Right by your feet there.
Oh, my feet.
Better fish.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go on, John.
Shift
Ah, this
that
place
on.
is growling. This place is growling right now.
Bumper!
That is not bad.
That's a nice fish. I'll lift you up for that one.
Thank you. Slide him right in there.
Want to get a net here, Andy? Or should I lift them or lose them?
No.
That's right here, John. Try to put it around the side, Eddie. I just went back down. But you know, John, with the wrecks also, you know, rock piles, I noticed myself personally that they like to hit on the side of the rocks, usually when you fall off the high spots.
Fish.
Right.
Oh, what is that?
There you go.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Slob on the deck.
If this is the kind of fish that are going to be here, we're going to be in really good shape. Now, look, Rich, I know you've been coming up this way, and I know you both have been coming up this way and hitting these wrecks. Can you hit the same wreck every day?
Yeah, you know, you can. I'm getting a little touch now. But, yeah, you definitely can. I mean, you like to let it replenish a little bit because it does tire out a little bit. I'm stuck.
Yeah, we don't beat anything to death. You come up here, you pick a few fish, you move on to the next spot.
But
And this way you got something for tomorrow, you know?
Yeah, I was here a few days ago, and one of my customers had a 12-pound fish on his piece.
Wow.
Which
Tell you what,
is a
these are not
beautiful,
bad.
beautiful piece. I mean, a beautiful fish.
Just fell off of something again. I'll tell you, this bite on this wreck has not been nearly as good as it was in the other one.
No, it's a little bit tough. I thought this was going to have a little bit more fish on it, John. It turned out to have a little bit less.
Yeah,
You just reset here.
That's the way it goes sometimes.
I mean, we got life on it. We just got to build it up. I think we'll get them going, though.
Well, we're just about, almost about 3 miles, I think, south of Greenwich here, right?
Yeah, just about.
Yeah, we're south, a little bit south of Greenwich. The fish certainly on the other wreck, there was a lot of numbers there, but I know you said this is a better spot for
We've seen
bigger
some
fish.
big fish here. You know, I mean, I was here a few days ago, and, you know, like I said, John, we purposely didn't hit this the last couple of days because we knew we were going to come out and fish together. So, you know, you would think there's got to be a few good fish on this because we left them growling. There you go, Andy.
Oh, that's not too bad.
That don't look too shabby right there.
And John, do you usually find like a certain wreck have bigger or smaller fish, or you know, is it usually a crapshoot?
I don't know. I mean, there's a couple of pieces that we have that do have bigger fish. There's a bang. There's a bang there.
I got a nice fish here.
I got one on here.
You know what?
Net?
No, I'm gonna swing this fish, but still, it's a pretty good fish. I'm actually gonna swing.
That
this
guy
fish.
just walked
Lift
away
him
with
up.
it. He just
Yours,
walked
John?
away with the bait on that.
Nice.
That hasn't been typical of
Those aren't
today.
too bad fish right there,
Wow,
guys.
You know, today they've been mouthing the baits. They haven't really been slamming.
You know what?
them.
That's funny you say that, John, because every day's a little bit different, you know? One thing with the greenies also we've been fishing some whole greens on this piece. You know, you can cut them, you can take the legs off. There's so many different ways to fish them. But what I'm doing now is just cracking the top half of the shell with the sinker and sending them down.
Well,
And it seems to be working pretty good for the bigger fish, right, John?
Yeah, I think that getting that juice in the water definitely gets the bite going, especially when times get a little tough and the tide starts to slacken up a little bit.
Yeah.
Now the light's obviously dropping now. Is the bite? Do you think the bite's gonna change much, or?
Oh, I mean, you know, if these fish decide to growl, I don't care what the conditions are, they're going to eat, you know? I mean, we got to build them up. I think that's the main thing, is getting them going, you know? Getting them in the right frame of mind, where it's like you lift one off a piece and another one's ready to go right behind them and jump in it,
Right.
you know?
I think that also has to do with the tide too, Rich.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know, at a different stage of the tide. You know, we fished the wreck down that way. There was more, a little bit more current going, and it seemed like as soon as you put a bait down, you caught one, we'd switch places. Somebody come in right behind and get another one. You know.
Just had a hit. And the other thing I noticed, John, oh, come on up here, big guy. Stay high, stay
that
high.
was
That's a
decent.
bulldog.
Stay
I'm
high.
gonna get a net for this one.
Stay high.
I say we give him a few seconds.
Nah, I'm gonna get a net.
That's a good fish.
I ain't playing around.
What was I just saying? I totally forgot what I was saying. I don't know if he's that big, John. He got a lot lighter. You know what? I think I actually had him turned into a dead line from the
Did you?
beginning, and he came out. It's still a good fish, don't get me wrong. Oh, where are you, big guy? Come on. Show yourself.
Andy, watch that rod's getting hit.
I got an eye on it now, John.
You know what we forgot to mention, John, the whole day today, is we're on the moon.
Yeah.
That's a nice fish.
That's a beauty.
I'll take that fish.
That's away.
Yeah.
Wow,
That's
that is
a
a
nice
good
Now,
fish.
did that one slam you, Rich?
No, he was grinding on it, John. He was
doing the
really
same thing.
just grinding on it.
Isn't it funny how we go just a few miles away and a fish hit totally different?
Yeah. And like I said, I reeled that bait up. You guys pulled two fish there, and you see what I did, right?
Right.
I flipped. I
Right.
flipped up behind
You
the
know
stern
what?
a little bit.
The way this piece is, if we drop back just a few more feet, I think we could be right on that back edge where most of the fish are. You got right to the edge on that fish, and John and I are back a little bit.
I don't mind
so let's
flipping.
do that. And you know what, John, if you'll do one anchor, we'll get Rich, I'll get the other, and let's just move it, and let's shift the boat just a little bit. Nice fish, Rich.
I taste them.
Visit the Northeast Angling YouTube channel for hundreds of videos, including full-length episodes, exciting clips, product reviews, and instructional videos. And now, the exciting conclusion of Northeast Angling.
Well, you know, instead of sitting there and flipping to go back, we were in a situation, John, where all we really had to do was just drop a little bit back on the anchors.
Right. A couple of feet. You know, the current's running this direction. We're anchored this way.
You know, normally I don't like to leave any kind of bite that you got going on, but I guess in this scenario, you know, it just, instead of losing a lot of lead, because this piece is a little sticky with all the dead lines on it.
Right.
What we did, we just came up tied a little bit of it now, and let's see what goes on.
Yeah, not to mention Rich pulled a couple of good quality fish by flipping back on
Yeah.
them. Now at least we got a shot at them. And like I said, I cheated all the way to the back.
The over-the-shoulder techniques work.
Right.
A little mugging, very good here. A little bit of a touch there. I just found a nice little, I slipped off a piece and found like a crunchy piece of wreckage here.
It won't take long, will it?
You know, we talk about those dead lines, John, and it's tough. I mean, you hook a fish, you get 5, 10 feet off the bottom, and it freezes. Now, what do you recommend doing when that happens?
Well, put a little pressure on it, let it back a little bit, see if, you know, sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes the fish actually
Andy's
takes
in.
you out, you know. There we go.
Play with it, you mean?
Right.
All right.
And just bounce it a little bit.
Got to go in, Andy?
Yeah, it's a nice fish.
You know, I'm
All right.
stuck on a dead line here, Rich.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm stuck. It's coming halfway up. It's stopping. You know, I'm going to just wiggle it around a little bit and hopefully, you know, either get a bite or it comes out.
Wow, guys, I am barely getting line on this fish.
You got to go in, Andy?
Oh yeah, I see him now.
Where's the net,
Oh,
John?
I got a solid fish here. I got it.
You got it?
Yeah, give me Andy. I'll take a fish. I haven't seen him yet. Where is he?
No, he's right here. Hang on. I got him right under the edge of the boat.
Ooh, good fish.
Wow, that's a
turn
nice
him,
one.
turn him.
Got him?
Yeah,
Got him?
he's in.
That's
He's
one of
in.
the better
I
fish
got it,
we've
got it.
seen today.
That's a nice fish.
There
That
you go.
is solid.
That's a good fish.
Well, you know what?
Big old
That's a
male.
quality fish.
Big
for
old
any
male,
place.
John. Big old male.
Yep. Big white chin.
That's a pretty fish, Andy. That's a
Wow,
very. Let me see that fish.
beautiful.
That's a gorgeous looking fish. Wow. He's actually a little skinny, but look at the size of him.
Why is it the fish I catch are like the
I'm
skinny
just
ones?
observing it.
I don't know. I think it's a beautiful fish myself.
But you see how his stomach, John? What do you think?
Yeah,
They
he
just
doesn't
moving
have a lot
on?
of weight to him.
Just moving on to this piece,
Yeah.
maybe?
It'd be very hard to lie about the weight of this fish.
I hear you, bro. No, that's a nice, that's a beautiful fish.
That's a staker, Andy.
It's a staker. It's a staker, Andy. I mean, oh, this, John, that was the lift off the bottom sinker fish.
Right.
That sink, look, oh my God, look, oh, baby. I'm pounding down. This
Getting a
fish,
little envious here, guys.
this, John, this fish, all kidding aside, lifted this sinker up about freaking 5, 10 inches off the bottom. I'm up already, actually. This is a nice looking fish, Andy.
All right.
Actually, you know what? I'll get him.
Hang on,
You got it
I'm
in
not
that?
clear to net.
Now, I'm just curious how these fish fit now. You just had one on. Did he slam it, Andy?
Well, actually, mine, you know, Rich lifted the sinker off. Mine was just sitting there. I missed it. Oh, wow.
Slav on the deck!
There you go. Now, we got some nice fish here, I gotta say.
Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Wow, look at his gill.
Wow.
What do you think, John? Seal bite?
I don't know. That thing looks like it's pretty old, Rich. You see how it's all peeled up here?
Yeah, it's either a seal bite, maybe a gill net when it was a
Yeah.
when it was a pup. I don't know, but
Something got a hold of it.
definitely got a hold of it. I don't think a bluefish would do that from there.
No.
No. Anyway, look at it right in the
Wow.
lip. Talking about tough lips on these fish, right?
That's another fish. Not exactly the fattest fish in the world.
Nope. Nope, but pretty.
But big, long fish.
Bump?
That's going in.
Did you have a bump?
That's going in.
Did you have a bump?
I had a touch. I got down right away.
Head first in the well.
John, you still stuck?
No, I'm still stuck here.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
get him out! Get him out! John boy!
That head high.
Wow, guys.
Thumper.
Did he lift you out or?
Yeah,
a
lifted
good
me
fish?
out. Hit me right around that
You
stuff.
want that? You want me to get him?
Yeah,
Andy?
I got it. You just get back down there. The bite's
No,
on.
you're in the water. I'm up. I'll take him.
I got it, Joe. Go ahead.
Andy,
I got
get
it.
that net. That's
I
a
got
nice
him. I'm
fish.
walking through it.
Oh, he's got him right there.
Ooh, that is a good fish. Ooh, Johnny.
Nice
turn.
and easy, guys.
Turn. That. Oh yeah, boy.
I love when they go all the way across the net, Rich. I got to tell you something.
That looks like it could be the pool fish.
Oh my God. Wow, another big male too.
Look at
Look
the
at
chin
the
on that.
size of this. Look at the size of this blackfish.
Wow.
Tail's a little beat up.
Yep.
Wow.
That's a good looking fish.
I think you might have the pool today.
I don't know. Is your fish?
Oh, Rich had a nice fish too earlier.
I don't think it looked
I
anything
tell you
like
what,
that
I
one,
think you
John.
might-
They're all nice
I
fish
think-
that you had on this piece.
I think you might have me on that one, Johnny, but that's a hell of a fish.
Wow.
Wow. Again, 2 days before Thanksgiving.
Right.
Okay?
On the moon.
On the moon. On the full moon. You look around, and I know it's not the choice time to fish is on the full moons, but you know what? If you key on those slack tides, the slow moving tides,
Right.
you know, you can catch some beautiful fish out here. You really can.
We did.
Yeah, actually, even when the tide ran hard, we at least had a pick.
Yeah.
Right. You know, and maybe the fish were a little smaller at that. That was when we first got on this.
Right.
But certainly, as this tide's dropped out a little bit, we're seeing some bigger fish here.
I think this bite's going to get a little better here.
Oh, I don't know how much more time we got.
more
We're going to stay with it a little long. Either way, you know, this has been exactly what we said it was going to be.
Plus, not for nothing, I am going to bring a trip here tomorrow, so I really don't want to take too hard of these giants off here.
Well, you know what? We might have enough time to run and hit one more wreck.
You think so? I mean, John, you got another piece.
Thank you for watching Northeast Angling. You can learn more about techniques, tackle, and destinations as seen on this show at neangling.com. See you on the water.